Venus is quite happy in the sign of Leo. Obviously, we need to watch out for overindulgence and, going overboard with, extravagance and, too much of expression, not to be overbearing and all that. So, but overall, this is a very positive energy, and it's going to help in the next 4 months. Summer is going to be quite uplifting and happy going forward. Now, Venus does go retrograde as well. So at that time, a lot of focus is on your well-being, your self-care, your own self, how you take care of yourself, focusing on your energy, on your well-being, and not, extending or overextending yourself towards another person in your life. So definitely that retrograde Venus, I will be covering for each of the 12 zodiac sign, how it affects. So I'll get to that. Now, before going into the zodiac sign, let me just, cover the aspects Venus in Leo is going to make, because Venus going through the sign of Leo, which is a fixed fire sign, it is going to make an opposition with Pluto, which is at 0 degree Aquarius. It's like just initial degrees of Aquarius, and it will make that opposition until 11th of June. So from 5th of June to 11th of June, Venus in Leo will be opposite Pluto in Aquarius. So this is a very significant week. Just the start, as soon as Venus enters Leo, it is opposing Pluto. So it's going to be quite intense. Now, opposition is the aspect of relationship. It's the aspect where we see the compatibility aspect of life, because Venus and Pluto is at odds with each other during this first week, from 5th of June to 11th of June. So it's at odds, because Venus in Leo is on one side and Pluto in Aquarius. So it's an opposing, it's polarizing energy. Now, Pluto is all about power. Pluto is a very transformative, powerful energy. And in Aquarius, which is air, which is a fixed air sign, it's prone to being emotionally detached, whereas Leo is all about expression. It's all about expressing in love. Aquarius is right opposite. It's about not being as much expressive in love, because Aquarius energy is a little bit emotionally detached. So when Venus opposes Pluto, there can be power and control dynamic in relationship. So there can be power plays, there can be possessiveness, paranoia, jealousy, between relation. And this is not just romantic relationship. Again, you have to see where Leo and Aquarius sign sits in your chart, so that aspect, but it can be any relationship. It can be with parents, with siblings, friends, co-workers, anybody. There is a kind of a push and pull energy with Venus and Pluto. So this is a very intense energy, can be very obsessive energy as well. So just be mindful of, focusing on your healthy patterns, being patient, not letting your subconscious or unconscious patterns, traumatic experiences take over and creating that power issue, control issue within relationships. So it's very important to keep that in mind. And we can only deal with this obsessive, manipulative kind of energy of Venus opposing Pluto by being self-reflective, being insightful, being patient, not reacting, though it might be a little bit difficult, but it's important to ground yourself and, stabilize yourself before being emotionally reactive with this Venus and Pluto energy. So it's very important to understand what we need, what our relationship needs, what other people need in our life, what you need, and balance it out. Find a harmonious way to express. Now, it doesn't mean you ignore your needs and just give in to the other person. Absolutely not. But there is a need to find a balance and not give in to unhealthy ways or, these power struggles or toxic way in relationships. So it's very important to self-reflect, create more awareness, and just be a little bit more patient when dealing with this energy. Now, the other big energy during this time as Venus moves into the sign of Leo is Mars. Mars is already in the sign of Leo. It moved in the sign of Leo towards the end of May 2023 and will be there until 10th of July 2023. So it's like will be for a good 5 weeks Venus and Mars will be together in the sign of Leo. Now, it's not making exact conjunction. It is coming very close, and it will, make a very close aspect, but it's not exact tight aspect. But still, the energy is very much together, and it's a conjunction by a few, like 4, 5, 6 degrees. It starts to communicate with each other. Now, Venus is this non-aggressive energy, and Mars is this aggressive energy. So when you put them together in one sign, what happens? It creates a lot of momentum. It is a really good time to really take action, because Mars wants to take action. It wants to act upon what it wants, the desires, whatever the urges are. Now, Venus is the neutralizing energy. It is focused on our priorities, our value system, what's important to us. And so this is a good time to use this neutralizing energy of Venus and Mars, where you can take action, be a little bit more driven with this forward momentum. And Venus is this unaggressive feminine energy, which is kind of helping you to analyze and balance your value system and priorities before you take the action. Now, Mars in Leo is very enterprising, very generous, very passionate, very independent. So all this is really good, because Venus in Leo is very creative, very expressive, and Mars in Leo is very independent, very passionate. So all these qualities, you mix it together and you can really make something happen during this time, especially when it comes to matters related to love and money. Now, the other important thing that's happening during this 4 months of Venus in transiting the sign of Leo is going to go retrograde. Now, Venus is turning retrograde on the 22nd of July and will be in a retrograde motion until 3rd of September, and then it will go direct until the 8th of October. So from 22nd July until 3rd September, Venus is moving backwards. Now, here, when Venus moves backward, is in a retrograde motion, I would say focus on your well-being, on your value system, on self-care. You may feel a little bit disorganized during this time. Your beliefs, your value system may be tested during this time. So it's very important to find that balance during this time. So it's very important to ground yourself and be a little bit more aware of what you want to achieve, how you want to use this energy going forward. So definitely during this time with this Venus retrograde, it's important to not emotionally distance yourself in relationship, because you may be prone to emotional detachment. Now, do not do that. Be patient when dealing with other people. If there are any conflicts, any arguments, disagreements, it can be resolved in a more civilized way, definitely. So Venus is about being civilized. So in a retrograde motion, there can be a tendency to just let it all out. So it's important to be patient and don't take anything personally during this time. And it may seem that, especially in relationship, your one-to-one interaction with other people, social interaction, your group association, whoever you're interacting with, any relationship, whether it's parents, siblings, friends, co-workers, romantic interest, your spouse, partner, whatever, your children, whatever they are, there may be a tendency to, either emotionally detach or take things to heart, take it personally, be impatient, so it's very important to, really pace yourself during this time and do practice, self-care, your well-being, your own sanity. It's very important to focus on all these things and not neglect your needs, and don't neglect other people's need as well. So you're balancing your needs with other people's need during this time. Now, where money is concerned, Venus rules money as well. So here it's very important to budget, not overspend, because you may feel like being over generous, because Venus in Leo is being over generous. You may be wanting to buy stuff for people in your life. So just be careful with your money matters. Don't overspend, save, and again, balance yourself. So don't spend the money you don't have, basically. So definitely there can be some kind of unexpected expenditure as well during this time. So just be mindful of that as well. Now, this is how the Venus energy in the sign of Leo, the 4 months transit is going to look like. But now I'm going to go through each of the 12 zodiac sign, and I will discuss the energy of Venus in the sign of Leo for each of the sign, and also the retrograde. So the direct movement of Venus as well as the retrograde motion of Venus. So let's begin with the 12 zodiac signs. Hello, my lovely Aries. Welcome to your reading. So we are talking about Venus transit in the sign of Leo for a good 4 months, starting on the 5th of June until 8th of October. Now, Leo sign is your 5th house, Aries. So Venus will be transiting through your 5th house for 4 months. It will also retrograde on the 22nd of July until 3rd of September. So the energy of back and forth Venus moving through your 5th house is going to be quite potent. Now, 5th house is the house of love and creativity. So here Venus, which is the planet of love, relationship, money, your values, is going through your 5th house. So here, Aries, you will feel highly creative. You will be willing to, or you will have the desire to express freely, playfully, enthusiastically. Now, Venus in Leo is very, grand in gesture. It's very expressive. It's very enthusiastic, passionate, very playful energy. So definitely here with the 5th house energy, your expressions of love will be, quite grand. They will be grand gestures. So you will not hold yourself back from expressing love. You will also come across very charming, very attractive, very playful to other people, especially where romantic interests are concerned, Aries, because 5th house is the house of romance as well. So here, definitely you're coming across very loving, very appreciative of other people in your life, and others are also appreciating you. So they are also very much intrigued by your creativity, your expressions of love, your charm, your playfulness, all that. So you're definitely coming across a little bit more attractive. Also, where your children are concerned, Aries, you have this urge to spend more time with them, being more playful, more cheerful, more enthusiastic, and you appreciate their company as well. And you will get that love back in return, most definitely, because if you're exuding that energy outwardly, you will definitely receive it back in return. So definitely this is a great time to, allow yourself to enjoy whatever comes your way during this Venus in your 5th house. Now this is good to make a good positive impression on others. Also, where your creative projects are concerned, your passion projects, things that you want to do that is close to your heart, because 5th house is a very heart-centered house. So here, all your desires, your interest, passions, and all that, you're definitely more focused on those aspects. So definitely a great time to indulge in all these activities because you're very expressive. You want to express yourself artistically in whichever capacity you want. You will also be a bit more generous, more emotional, funny, partying. You may want to party a lot during this time, also participate in hobbies, art, music, all that. So definitely you are really putting yourself out there. It's a great time to mingle as well, and great period for dating as well. Now obviously watch out for overindulgence during this time because Venus rules money matters as well. So here they may be overspending because you are very enthusiastic about participating in activities, fun activities, going out with friends and all that. So just watch out for your spending. Now, Venus rules your 2nd and 7th house, Aries. So 2nd house is the house of money and 7th house is the house of relationship. So it all comes down to the core Venus energy, what Venus stands for, which is money and relationship. So definitely these matters will also be in focus during this period. Now, when Venus turns retrograde on the 22nd of July, you may feel a little bit disorganized or removed from things that brings you joy, or friend circle, or social engagements, or just going out and engaging in fun activities, your passion projects and all that. You may feel a bit restricted and you may fear that you will miss out on some of these engagements. So it's important to just enjoy this period and be patient and just stay in the moment, and don't worry too much about what you're going to miss out, because there's so much that you will enjoy as well during this time. So just watch out for your spending as well during this retrograde period, because there may be a tendency to overindulge and overspend during this time, Aries. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Taurus. Welcome to your reading. So, Venus for you, Taurus, is going to transit through your fourth house, because Leo sign sits in your fourth house. So, Venus is moving through your fourth house for a good 4 months, from 5th of June all the way up till 8th of October. Now, it will go retrograde as well on the 22nd of July until 3rd September. So that energy is also there. Now, Venus in the sign of Leo in your fourth house really brings this Venus Venusian energy to your home and family matter. Now, Venus stands for our values, what we stand up for, what we value, our priorities, what we love. It's also about relationship, money matters, and all that. So when it's moving through your fourth house, it's actually a very good transit, Taurus. Your home and family matters will be in a very, harmonious, receptive, gentle kind of, energy. You will feel this energy in your daily life, in your family life, with the family members, people you live with, your living situation, your home, also your house, your real estate, the house, you may be beautifying it, redecorating it, doing DIY around your home, and really making it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing for your own relaxation. So you want to turn it into a sanctuary basically during this time, especially when Venus is in the direct motion. Now, fourth house also deals with your emotional self. So here you're also feeling a little bit more emotionally, receptive, a bit more harmonious, a bit more balanced during this time. You are fond of life and you get a lot of joy from family members, your home life. You may be a homebody as well during this time. So definitely you value aesthetics, and this is both in terms of the physical objects around your house, in terms of decorating, renovating, doing DIY, and also the joy that you get by engaging and connecting with family members and other people around your house. So definitely it's a great time to create that peaceful, stable home environment that you so desire, Taurus. Now, Venus is about relationship as well. So your relationship with family members, you will have a bit more grounded energy during this time, because Leo is a fire sign, but it's a fixed fire sign. So it is about persevering as well, and being a little bit more generous as well during this time, because Venus in Leo is a very enthusiastic, passionate, generous energy. So you're definitely feeling a little bit more loyal, more sensitive towards people around you. So definitely relationship connections that you make during this time, and this can be new relationship as well. If you are connecting romantically with somebody new, starting a new relationship, committing to somebody, whatever that might be, you feel a little bit more loyal, more sensitive towards their needs during this time, and you receive this from the other party as well. So you will feel that energy towards yourself as well from your romantic interest, most definitely. So the focus is a lot on your emotional well-being, emotional self, how you feel within yourself, your inner contentment, your fulfillment, your inner satisfaction. That's what you are really focused on. Now, Venus is also about money matters. So in the fourth house, you may be more focused on earning more, or maybe starting a home business, or maybe you're working from home during this time. So the focus is a lot on combining home environment with the way you can make money, the way you can connect with people, enjoying the home life a little bit more during this time. So you're definitely seeking pleasure from your domestic environment. Now, Venus rules your first house and your sixth house, because First house is yourself, Taurus, and sixth house is the Libra sign. So Venus has the rulership of first and sixth house for you, Taurus. So it's all about yourself as well, how you present yourself, your appearance, your your own values, your principles, your beliefs, how you project yourself, how you engage with other people is also very much in focus. And with sixth house energy, you're definitely trying to balance your work life and your home life as well during this time. And this is a good time to focus on healthy habits, both emotionally healthy habits and as well as physical. So any eating habits or food, if you have any unhealthy habits, this is a good time to look into these again and really engage in healthy health related or work related regimes, diet plans and exercise plans and all that. So definitely that's useful as well, Taurus, during this time. Now Venus is going to go retrograde on the 22nd of July. So in the fourth house, when Venus is moving backwards, you may feel a little bit disorganized in your home matters, in your domestic matters, in your living condition, with family members and all that as well. So it's important to set boundaries as well. Now, Taurus, it is a good idea to, listen or not ignore other people's need, but not at the cost of your own needs, your own well-being. So it's very important to set boundaries to protect yourself emotionally as well during this time, Taurus, and do not sacrifice yourself, your own needs for others during this time. And definitely self-care is very important, especially when Venus is moving in a retrograde motion. It's very important to have that downtime, free time, relaxing time to yourself, and really focus on your own well-being, emotional and physical well-being, and really engage in self-care, Taurus. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Geminis. Welcome to your reading. So Geminis, Venus is moving through the sign of Leo for a good 4 months, from the 5th of June all the way to 8th of October. Now, Leo sign is your third house. So Venus is going to be transiting your third house for 4 months. Now, it will go retrograde as well on the 22nd of July until 3rd of September. So that energy of Venus in the sign of Leo in your third house is also there. So it's moving direct fast and then retrograde and then back to direct motion. Now, third house is the house of communication, Gemini. Now, Gemini, you are the sign that naturally rules the third house. So you understand this energy very well. So third house is about communication, connection, networking. It's the house of your environment, your immediate environment, your local environment, your community. It's also the house of short trips, the house of learning, sharing ideas, sharing thoughts and all that. So when Venus moves through the third house, the communication is very cheerful, very enthusiastic, very pleasing. Now, it is in the sign of Leo, so it's going to be, very passionate and very grand as well. So you definitely will be desirous of communicating during this time a lot, Geminis. Now, Venus stands for relationship, your love interest, money matters, all that. So here in your third house, there would be a desire to communicate in relationship or with a love interest, or there would be a desire to connect with somebody, and this can be your friends, because third house is it's a communication connection house. So it can be anybody in your environment. It can be friends, it can be work colleagues, your network, your social circle. It can be a love interest as well, because Venus stands for love and relationship. So in your third house, it's about communication in relationship, in love matters. So definitely you will have this desire to, communicate in a cheerful, positive, passionate way. So your approach is quite pleasing to others. You come across as intellectual as well, because third house is the house of your intellect. So you come across very communicative, easily connected, companionable as well. So you're very approachable, pleasing, cheerful, enthusiastic, passionate, and all that. Now, this is a good time to share ideas, share your thoughts, your interest with other people as well. And especially if you have an online presence, you're using social media, you have an online business or something where you share your ideas, during this time you will come across more appealing to others. Your ideas will really connect with others as well. So this is a great time, Geminis, to use your pleasing manners to communicate whatever thoughts, ideas, whatever you want to communicate. This is a good time to get your ideas and thoughts out into the world and share it with other people. So definitely there will be a social media connection, or even in just your immediate environment. It can be any kind of communication is definitely desirable during this time. You'll also come across very witty, very diplomatic, very tactful, very cheerful and all that. So definitely it's a great time to connect and engage in the social activity, Geminis. Now, Venus rules your 12th house and 5th house. Now, 12th house is the house of your subconscious pattern, and 5th house is the house of love and creativity. So here again, this Venus energy is connecting with 12th house, which is, releasing any past trauma related to relationship. Now, Venus is about relationship or even money matters, releasing any past traumas related to your relationship and money matters, Gemini. And 5th house is the house of love, romance, creativity, your children as well. So here you're connecting with a romantic interest or with your children, or a passion project, whatever is close to your heart, whatever you desire. This is the time you're connecting with. Now, Venus in Leo overall is about connecting with your heart center. It's about really connecting with what's in your heart, what you truly desire, whether in love or money. So this is a good time to really, engage in passion projects, any kind of ideas, business ideas, if you have. This is a good time to really put them out there. Now, when Venus goes retrograde on the 22nd of July until 3rd September, there can be some sort of misunderstanding where your love matters or your money matters are concerned. Now, 3rd house is a house of communication. So there can be some sort of communication that leads to misunderstanding during this time, especially with, your romantic interest or, people you're connecting with. So definitely stay patient during this time, because there can be fiery exchange with people you're dealing with in your life. This can be your spouse, partner, or, anybody you are in a relationship with. Now, Venus is to do with romantic relationships. So there can be some disagreements or arguments. So just be careful and stay patient, grounded, and try to avoid any kind of fiery exchange, arguments during this time. And try not to take your frustration out on others during this time, Geminis. So it's very important to stay mindful, stay grounded, and maintain your boundaries. So don't let others overstep your boundaries, and take care of yourself, Geminis. During the retrograde phase, especially, it's very important to, engage in self-care, maintain your boundaries, and, look after your mental and physical well-being, Geminis. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Cancer. Welcome to your reading. So Venus is going to be transiting the sign of Leo for 4 months, starting from the 5th of June all the way to the 8th of October. Now, it will go retrograde as well on the 22nd of July until 3rd September. Now, Cancer, Leo sign is your 2nd house. So Venus will be transiting through your 2nd house for 4 months. Now, 2nd house is all about money, your personal wealth, your assets, your own value system, your sense of self-worth. So 2nd house energy is a natural Taurus energy. So it is naturally ruled by Venus. So it has that Taurus Venus energy in it. So when Venus is moving through 2nd house, it is at home. It feels comfortable in the 2nd house. Now, during this transit period of 4 months, there may be a desire within you for material things during this time, to buy stuff, to spend, overspend even, to splurge, something that maybe you have been saving for or holding back on. During this time, there would be a desire to, purchase, make that purchase, a big purchase towards that luxury item. So just be mindful of your money matters and expenditure, because second house is the house of incomes. But Venus going through here makes you a little bit more, positive, more cheerful, more enthusiastic, because it's a sign of Leo. Venus in Leo is all about grandeur. It's about extravagant. It's about expressing. It's about, living life king size. So Venus expresses itself in a grand way when it's in the sign of Leo. So here there will be a tendency to spend, spend more than you need to spend. So just be mindful of that. Now, financial security is going to become very important as well during this time. So you may be also focused on making more money. So you may be, thinking about or planning a side hustle or a new business, or just to increase your income. This could be also through, another job which pays more, or a bonus, a gift, a pay rise, a promotion that leads to more income. It can be any of these. So definitely it's a good idea to push for these as well. If you think you can increase your income, your salary, your incoming cash, definitely it's a good time to look into those matters as well. Now the second house is a house of comfort and pleasure. So here there would be a tendency to enjoy the good things in life, Cancer. So you definitely want to have luxurious things, objects in your life. You want to eat good food during this time. You want to do nice things, just even simple pleasure. It doesn't have to be big luxurious pleasure. It can also be simple pleasure. You definitely has the desire during this time to engage in these pleasures. So definitely it's a good time to socialize as well, engage in social activities with close relationship. It can also be a romantic relationship. Now Venus rules romantic relationship, so it could be with a partner, a spouse, or a new love interest, whatever that might be. There may be a tendency to spend during this time. So just be mindful of not going overboard and not spending more than you can. So definitely during this time, you want to also surround yourself with people who make you comfortable, who stabilizes you. And also you will be, giving out this energy to others as well. A more stable, more grounded, a little bit more secure kind of energy to others in your life. Now, Venus rules your 11th house and 4th house, because that's the sign of Taurus and the sign of Libra in your 4th house. So 11th house is group association, it's collaboration, it's your friend circle, it's your hopes and wishes. And 4th house is your home environment, it's your emotional self. So here definitely these two house matter also comes into focus. There would be a desire to beautify your home, redecorate, buy nice things for your home to make it more appealing, like a sanctuary and all that. And also with the group association, friend circle, there would be a desire to connect with like-minded people during this time, spend time with them, and also, engage in social activities with them during this time. Now, Venus turns retrograde on the 22nd of July until 3rd September. So here it's very important, because it's in your second house, Cancer. It's very crucial for you to really look at your finances, to look at the budget, the savings. And it's very important to save for the rainy day as well. Don't just splurge and spend or overspend your money during this time. So definitely it's time to get real with your budget and avoid overspending, Cancer. Now, this is a good time also to reevaluate what you put value into on a personal level, on individual level, because second house is a house of self-effort and self-reliancy, and also your sense of self-worth. So definitely here you are reevaluating your value system. So this overall will definitely boost your confidence as well. And it's important to, live by your standards, your moral standards. What is true to you, Cancer? What's in your heart? Because Venus in Leo energy is all about heart center. It's about leading from the heart. It's about what you desire, what your beliefs are, what your standards are, what your value system is. So definitely keep focus on that, and also do practice self-care and look after yourself, your well-being, physical and mental well-being during the retrograde phase. And be patient and be mindful. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Leos. Welcome to your reading. So, now, Leos, Venus will be transiting in your sign for a good 4 months, starting on the 5th of June all the way to the 8th of October. So, it's going to be in your sign, in your first house. So, this is going to be all about you, Leos. This Venus in Leo energy, you are in the focus during this time. So, anything related to yourself, your sense of destiny, your life path, the way you project yourself, your appearance, your mannerisms, all that is coming into focus. Venus is all about aesthetics, it's about values, it's about, your worth. So, here definitely you're going to be a lot focused on how you are appearing, how you're projecting yourself, your mannerism, your appearance, and all that. So, definitely during this time, you will find it hard to deny yourself anything, Leos. So, you will be more enthusiastic, more passionate, more cheerful, really taking on whatever desires you have in your heart during this time. You will be very much willing to take action on during this time. Now, Venus and Mars both will be in your first house until 11th of July. So here this energy of Venus and Mars together is definitely, putting you in that action mode to take action on whatever you desire, whatever your heart desires. You definitely will be more interested in going towards that. Now, Venus is an unaggressive energy. It's about harmony, it's about balance. So here you are more receptive, more gentler, and definitely more sensitive as well during this time. Now, Mars definitely gives you that push, the action, the drive, and all that. But Venus is the neutralizing energy here. So definitely you're seeking relationship during this time that are harmonious and helps you balance your life. So any romantic opportunity, love interest coming your way during this time, you are going to be much more in a receptive frame of mind rather than chasing. So definitely you are gentler, more sensitive. You're also pleasure seeking during this time. And this can be just simple pleasures, spending time with people, friends, connections, looking after yourself, your well-being, your overall self, and all that. So this is good energy. This is going to make you appear more attractive to others as well. And, just your mannerism will be more gentler and more, cheerful, playful as well during this time. Now, Leo's, Venus rules your third house where the Libra sign sits and your 10th house where the Taurus sign sits. So your 10th house and third house matters is coming into focus as well during this long Venus transit in the sign of Leo in your first house. So third house is the house of communication and connection, and 10th house is the house of your career, your professional matter, your business matter. So here these house matters are also coming into focus. So you will definitely be more communicative. You will have the desire to connect more. Now this can be over social media or even in real life within your community as well, because third house rules your local environment. So you definitely desire to network, connect, communicate, even take short trips and all that. And 10th house is about your career, your vocation, your calling in life. So you're definitely very focused on achieving your goals during this time, your career goals. You're reevaluating as well what you want for the future. What are your future plans and goals? And this all can play out in Venus ruled matters, which is relationship and money matters. So here definitely you may be using your communication skills, verbal skills, you're planning your future where your relationships are concerned, romantic interests are concerned, and also your money matters. You will be more focused on making money, securing yourself, stabilizing yourself. So this is a great time to really project yourself in the best way possible to attract like-minded people where your life can improve, enhance, and whatever you want to achieve. This is a great time to connect with people and take up those opportunities that come your way. Now, when Venus goes retrograde on the 22nd of July until the 3rd of September, there may be a bit of restlessness, especially where relationships are concerned, your partnership are concerned. And this can be both personal and business. So any connections during this time, there may be some kind of restlessness, or you may feel a bit disorganized where your money matters are concerned. So it's very important to keep an eye on your money as well, not overspend and not splurge where you don't need to. So definitely do have a budget in place, and do save your money as well. Now with relationship, you may feel that in a partnership or in a relationship, you may be feeling a bit suffocated or smothered because people are a little bit more clingy towards you. So here it's very important to not, if you can, start a new relationship, especially during the retrograde phase. Now if something comes your way, obviously there's you can go ahead with it and be a little bit more patient, more cautious, and more grounded when dealing with other people. So if you are in a new relationship, starting a new relationship during the retrograde phase, it's very important to keep yourself grounded, be more patient, and just listen to what others' needs are. Obviously balance it with your needs as well. So definitely with the first house energy, it's good. Your focus is a lot on yourself. So definitely there will be a need to balance it with other people because you are more focused on yourself during this time. And other people in your life, a spouse, partner, a romantic interest may feel left out during this time. So it's a good idea to balance these energies. Now, dating life will be definitely heating up for you in the summer season, Leos, most definitely, because it's in your first house. So definitely there is a desire to connect with people. You feel a spark. So definitely any past energies that is not serving you, any relationship or any mindset as well around money matters or relationship matters, this is a good time to let those go as well. And definitely focus on your self-care, your well-being, your health. First house is your overall health, so definitely be mindful of your overall health as well, because in the first house there could be a tendency to indulge in maybe rich food or luxurious stuff, or you're spending too much or trying to change your appearance in a drastic way. So during the retrograde phase, just be a bit mindful of not changing your appearance in a complete extreme way. So just be patient, be grounded, take care of your health, get out in nature, and really focus on your mental and physical well-being, Leos. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Virgos. Welcome to your reading. So, Virgos, Venus is transiting in the sign of Leo for 4 months, starting on the 5th of June all the way to the 8th of October. Now, it is going to go retrograde as well on the 22nd of July until 3rd of September. Now, Leo is your 12th house, Virgo. It's a sign behind you. So it rules the last house in the chart for you, Virgos. Now, 12th house has this hidden energy. It has this private, behind the scene kind of energy. So it focuses on your subconscious pattern, hidden patterns, a private life, something that is hidden from others. So here when Venus moves through your 12th house, there is a tendency to keep things secret, keep things private, away from public eye or secret from others. So here with Venus going through your 12th house, this is a kind of a hibernating period for Venus. So your love life during this time may feel a bit stagnant. You want to express your love and affection towards others or a particular love interest, but this may either not happen, or it may happen behind the scene, behind closed doors, in a secret, away from others. People may not know about this. It could be a secret love affair as well. So it could be a secret love affair as well. Now, 12th house is also the last house. So it also kind of has the energy of endings. So here there could be an end to a relationship. So definitely any concerns you have regarding connection during this time, it's good to address them. Now, 12th house deals with past patterns, past traumas as well. So here there could be relationship traumas that may surface within your psyche. So it's important to deal with any energies coming your way during this time, toxic energy, within yourself. It may not be external, it may be your own subconscious pattern that's holding you back. So Virgos, it's very important to release anything that is stuck, release and let go. You need to sometimes realize that things may not be in your control. You may not be able to control other people's behavior, but what you can do is you can control your own behavior. You can ground yourself, take care of your own boundaries, own limitations, not let others cross your limitations and boundaries, and take care of yourself. And any relationship traumas during this time, it's a good time to heal from it as well. So if you think you need help, a therapy or somebody to talk to, somebody trusted, this is a good time to discuss and heal yourself as well, Virgos. So with this 12th house energy, there is an aspect of healing from trauma or keeping matters hidden, whether it's in your own subconscious or from others. So again, there can be a longing for love during this time, longing to be in a relationship during this time. And you may be prone to shyness as well. With Venus behind your ascendant in a hidden house, things are happening behind the scenes. So you may be a bit shy to express your love as well. Even though there's a desire to do that, it may not really, come out in the open. So a shyness or introversion during this time in relationship matter can lead to frustration and love, Virgos. So just be mindful of, taking your time, looking at yourself, healing from any past energy, any toxic energies from past, and releasing and really trusting your instinct, trusting yourself, and making those move forward, when you are comfortable to make those moves where relationships are concerned. Now, Virgos, Venus rules your ninth and second house. That's where your Libra and Taurus sign sits. So these house matters will also come into focus during this Venus in, this long period, the long transit of Venus in Leo. So ninth house is about your belief system. It's about your, your principles, your values, your ethics. And second house is your value system. It's your own personal sense of self-worth, your priorities and all that, your money matters. So here, this second house energy, which is to do with your finances, will come into focus. So you may be looking at your finances. You may have the desire to increase your finances, and also be mindful to take care of your finances, not to overindulge, not to overspend, and have a budget to handle your finances during this time. And with the ninth house energy, there can be some kind of traveling involved or exploring involved, or you could meet a love interest on a travel, or you could meet a love interest who is different from your cultural background. So you will be experiencing all these energies during this 4 months transit. Now, Venus turns retrograde on the 22nd of July, all the way till the 3rd of September. So during a retrograde Venus phase, the relationships from past may surface, especially the ones that you don't want to deal with and you want to move on from. So it may open old wounds during this time, especially the ones you thought were over and done with. So it's very important to really heal from these past energies and not to engage with them if you don't want to engage with them. It's important to make peace with the past and focus on your own well-being, on your own self. Self-care is very important during this time. It's important to ground yourself, stabilize yourself, be patient. And this is a good time to discuss your difficult feelings, any difficult feelings that you have regarding relationship or even money matters. This is a good time to discuss it with a well-wisher, somebody who can understand you, somebody with who you have a deeper bond. So definitely with this retrograde Venus, Virgos, do not repeat any toxic romantic patterns. So there may be a tendency to repeat a past relationship. It's not a good idea to do that during retrograde phase. So definitely release yourself from any toxic relationship that you may have, and do not ignore any red flags as well in a new relationship. So do not neglect your own needs, and do maintain your boundaries during this time, Virgos. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Libra. Welcome to your reading. So the transit of Venus through the sign of Leo is going to be a 4 months long transit, starting on the 5th of June all the way to the 8th of October. Now, Leo is your 11th house, Libra. So Venus is going to be transiting through your 11th house for a good 4 months. Now, it does go retrograde on the 22nd of July until 3rd September. So you will feel that energy as well. Now, 11th house is the house of group association. It's a house of collaboration, social circle. It's a house of your hopes and wishes, future plans, and all that. So when Venus, which is all about relationship and money matters, it's a harmonious, unaggressive, receptive energy. Transits in your 11th house of group association and friend circle. This is a very harmonious time to develop these associations, these friendships. And you will definitely have this urge to do that as well. You would want to mingle with like-minded people, connect with others, participate in group activities more during this time. And you will definitely come across more balanced, more harmonious, more warm, and developing relationship during this time would come a lot more easier for you Libras. Now Libra, you are the sign of relationship anyways. You are good at social interaction. So here with Venus transiting your group association group activity house, you definitely will be received very well. Now during this time you may also meet someone through shared interest or through group activities, or there's a possibility of being set up as well by friends. So there could be some kind of love interest, new relationship, or desire to connect with others romantically during this time, especially through shared interest or group activities. Or you may also be going to an event, parties, where lots of people are around, and you may meet a love interest through that as well. Now this is going to be very positive for you. It's going to make you very happy as well. So definitely do connect with others during this time and use your diplomatic, peace loving, charming ways to make more friends. And with Venus transiting the sign of Leo, Venus becomes a lot more enthusiastic, passionate, charming, really showing those grand gestures in affection and love as well during this time. So definitely you are more balanced during this time, and any kind of social activity is more preferred during this time by you more than individual activities. So you're not much focused on your own agenda or spending time by yourself. You are definitely more interested in connecting with others and engaging in more social activity during this time. And this can be partying, going out, can be a lot of different kind of activities. Now Libra, Venus rules your 8th house and 1st house because you're ruled by Venus. So this long transit of Venus becomes really important for you because it really puts you in focus because it's your 1st house. Because your 1st house is ruled by Venus, and 8th house is a house of intimacy. It's a house of transformation. It's a house of shared resources. So both these matters, yourself, your life path, your life direction, how you project yourself, your overall appearance, mannerism, your health, comes into focus along with 8th house energy of creating those deeper bonds, intimate relationship connections. Other people may have more influence on you during this time. You will also feel the psychological effect of others during this time. So if you start any new relationship, any new romance during this time, it will definitely be based on friendship and a kind of a feeling of camaraderie. Now on the 22nd of July, Venus is going to turn retrograde until 3rd September. Now in your 11th house, when Venus turns retrograde, your friends may be really wanting to engage more with you. So they may also be discussing their issues, their life with you, because Libra, you are good at giving advice. So they may be discussing their romantic life, love life with you as well, or any other matters that is close to them. they might be discussing any issues related to that with you as well during this time. So it's important to maintain boundaries. It's good to give advice. You don't want to be sucked up in this negative, problematic energy of taking on other people's issues and problems during this time, Libra. So definitely do maintain your boundaries and take care of your own well-being, your own mental, physical well-being during this time. So do stay grounded and stay connected with your emotions and with the real world, and not get overly involved in other people's issues, especially during the retrograde phase, Libras. So definitely it's very important to engage in self-care and have social interaction with people as well. And all these experiences will be very harmonious, very beneficial for you, Libras. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Scorpios. Welcome to your reading. So, Scorpios, Venus is going to be transiting the sign of Leo for a good 4 months, starting on the 5th of June all the way to the 8th of October. Now, it will go retrograde as well on the 22nd of July until 3rd of September. So, Scorpios, Leo sign sits in your 10th house. So, Venus will be transiting your 10th house for 4 months. So, there's going to be a lot of focus on your 10th house matter, which is to do with your career, your profession, your business, your sense of responsibility, authority, your calling in life, your life direction, and all that. So with the 10th house energy, which is associated with career and profession, your job, your business, and all that, you will definitely be well received in your career matters, because Venus is a harmonizing, balancing, receptive, unaggressive energy. It is about our value system, our worth, our love life, relationship, our money matters, and all that. So here you will come across very harmonious with your relationship with authority figures. So you will be noticed and well received because you're coming across very likable, very social, very competent, very efficient, and very, very tactful, very diplomatic, very charming, very positive during this time, Scorpios. So this is a good time to also engage in social activities related to your profession or your business, or your job, whatever that might be. So if you want to network during this time or connect with people who may help you grow in your business or in your profession, this is a good time to connect with those people. It's a good time to network, go on business networking or professional networking and all that. So definitely do engage in any opportunities related to career, profession, business that comes your way during this time, whether somebody wants to help you up the ladder or wants to give you good advice, maybe a mentor, or just just while you're socially engaging, somebody may come and help you expand your career or give you a new opportunity. So definitely be socially ambitious during this time and use your good managerial qualities, your competence, your tact to get the best out of your career, goals, whatever career goals you have, professional life, to get the best out of it. It is good to use this Venus and Leo energy. Now, Leo is a very passionate, enthusiastic sign. It's focused on what's in our heart, what we truly desire. So here again, if you are unhappy with your career goals or the way your profession, your job, career, business is going, this is a good time to lead from your heart center. So do engage in activities, or if you want to change your career graph or career direction, change your career goals or reevaluate your career goals, this is a good time to look into these matters as well. Now, Scorpios, Venus rules your 7th house and 12th house. That's where the Libra and Taurus signs sits, which are ruled by Venus. So these house matters comes into focus as well during this time. So 7th house is the relationship house, and 12th house is a house of our subconscious pattern, past pattern. So any matters related to your relationship or money matters or past pattern, something that is in your psyche, that maybe, a past difficult relationship maybe, or a money situation that may have been difficult in the past. All these may come to surface, and there is an opportunity to heal these traumas from the past as well, Scorpios. So definitely you will be engaging in relationship as well during this time, and connecting with your other half, your significant other, or even committing to a relationship, or taking it to the next level as well. So definitely it's a good time to really put yourself out there, whether it's in terms of your profession, career, in terms of relationship, connections, and this can be all kind of connections that help you grow, Scorpios. Now Venus is going to go retrograde on the 22nd of July until 3rd September. So here, when Venus turns retrograde in your 10th house, you may feel overworked during the retrograde phase. So you may feel overworked and undervalued during this time. So it's important to set boundaries, Scorpios, because Venus is this unaggressive energy. It may not always stand up for itself because it has this nature of trying to please others. So it's very important to set those boundaries and not take too much of workload during this time, or do long hours, especially at the cost of your health, or your well-being. So definitely any long shift or overtime you're doing it in order to maybe wanting to make more money during this time, it's important to really take a break as well, pace yourself. So don't overextend yourself during this time. You may want to do extra shift overtime to make more money, but not at the cost of your health and well-being, Scorpios. So self-care is very important during this time. It's very important to focus on your well-being, both physical and mental, and do rest and relax, and do focus on yourself as well, Scorpios. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading. Now, Sagittarius, Venus is going to be moving in the sign of Leo for a 4 months period, starting on the 5th of June all the way to the 8th of October. Now Leo is your 9th house, Sagittarius. So Venus is going to be transiting your 9th house for 4 months. Now it will go retrograde on the 22nd of July until 3rd September. So you will feel that retrograde energy of Venus as well in your 9th house. Now Leo sign is all about confidence. It's about self-expression. It's about leading from heart center. What's in your heart? What do you truly desire, Sagittarius? That's what you're focusing on for the next 4 months. Now, it's in your 9th house. So 9th house is a house of your belief system, your ethics, your ethos, your perception, your need for seeking the truth, exploring, taking a risk, being adventurous, traveling, learning, connecting with people from different cultural background, because 9th house, it has this natural Sagittarius energy, and you are familiar with this 9th house energy naturally, Sagittarius, because you are the Sagittarius sign. So you understand the 9th house energy. Now, when Venus transits 9th house, you may feel a little bit kind of either unsatisfied or unfulfilled with how your life is going currently. The routine, the mundane affairs, what's going on, whether it's in terms of your relationship or money matters or any connections. You may feel a little bit unsatisfied during this time. So you may want to experience new and exotic things during this time. Maybe you want to travel or connect with people from different country, different cultural background, or you may be wanting to learn something new, explore or read about something you haven't experienced before or you haven't explored before. So definitely with Venus in 9th house, your pleasure from exploring, both mentally and physically, is going to be very strong during this time. So you would derive pleasure from engaging with experiences that you haven't experienced before. So you're very adventurous during this time, most definitely. Now, foreign places, foreign people, all these will definitely be very appealing to you as well during this 4 months period. Now, ninth house is a very expansive house. So you will definitely feel a little bit expansive and generous in love matters. So any connections during this time, you will definitely feel very enthusiastic, very passionate, because Leo energy is all about enthusiasm, passion, grand gestures, confidence, being generous, being very willing to express your emotions, whatever it's in your heart during this time. So there could be a love interest during this time that's coming your way, or you're expressing yourself during this time, and you may attract a love interest from on your travels. Maybe you're traveling somewhere, a foreign country, and you meet somebody on your travels, or it could just be somebody from a different cultural background than your own, Sagittarius. Now, you will also be coming across very charming, very enthusiastic, very popular as well during this time, and people will get impressed by you with this Venus in your ninth house. Maybe the way you speak, your philosophies, your ideas, your perception, your whatever you engage in, whatever you learn, if you're sharing that, your communication and all these may impress other people. So there is definitely benefits coming towards you through travel. If you are engaging in travel, it's a great time to do that. It will definitely be beneficial, and any kind of cross-cultural experiences as well, Sagittarius, is definitely going to be beneficial for you. Now, Sagittarius, Venus rules your 6th and 11th house, because that's your Libra and Taurus sign there. Now, 6th and 11th house. 6th house is the house of your work and health matters. And 11th house is the house of your group association, your friend circle, your future plans, your hopes and wishes, and all that. So these two house matter also comes into focus during this time. So your work and health matters definitely. Maybe you are focusing on a new work pattern or a new health pattern, maybe a new health regime, exercise plan, diet plan, whatever that might be. Also your daily routine, your everyday, whatever you do on a daily basis, your schedules, routines, habits, and all that. You may be focusing on that as well, wanting to improve and engage in something that betters you, something that improves you, evolves you. Now, 11th house is your group association. So again, you are engaging in social activities, connecting with friends, making new friends, connecting with like-minded people, and you may meet somebody new through your group association, through your friend circle, or somewhere in your community, wherever you are, you may engage with somebody in your local environment, within your local environment as well, because 11th house is your collaborative, your collaboration, your teamwork, your group work, and all that. So you may come across somebody in that environment as well. Now, Venus rules money matters as well. So it's very important to keep a tap on your money as well. Not overspend yourself on others during this time, because 11th house is the house of friends. And, Venus is the energy of love, interest, relationship, and all that. So just be mindful of not overspending during this time to please others, or if you're feeling over generous during this time, just be mindful of your spending, have a budget, do save as well. Now, when Venus goes retrograde on the 22nd of July, it's a good time to meditate and introspect during this time, and take care of yourself, because ninth house is not a materialistic house. It's a house of philosophy. It's a house of knowledge. It's a house of seeking truth. So here you may feel a little bit cut out from the material world. You may be a little bit more focused on yourself, taking care of yourself. And it's a good idea, especially during the retrograde phase, to meditate and, self-reflect during this time, and focus on your own wisdom and perception during this time. So if you do feel stressed out or tensed or lacking in inspiration during the retrograde phase, it's good to, focus on your well-being, maybe get out in nature, connect with, outside your home, go out to the park, or, hiking, or whatever you want to do. Just get out in nature and, just focus on your well-being, on your mental, physical well-being. Explore, expand your horizon. If you want to travel to a different place in a foreign country, this is a good idea to do that as well, because it's all going to give you perspective and will free up your mind and will relax and rejuvenate as well, Sagittarius. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Capricorns. Welcome to your reading. Now, Capricorn, Venus is going to be in the sign of Leo for 4 months, starting from the 5th of June all the way to the 8th of October. Now, Leo is your 8th house, Capricorn. So Venus will be in your 8th house for this 4 months period. Now, it will turn retrograde on the 22nd of July until the 3rd of September. So you will feel this retrograde energy of Venus in your 8th house as well during this period. Now, 8th house is a house of shared values, shared resources, social finance. It's a house of intimate bonds, deeper bonds. It's a house of transformation, sexuality, and the psychological effect others have on you. So when Venus, which is all about our value system, our sense of self-worth, it's about relationship and money matters, goes in the 8th house, which is a mysterious hidden house with very kind of transformative kind of energy. What happens here is with the shared finances and financial matter, you might see a boost in your finances during this time, and this can be through your partner. You may gain through your partner during this time, or it could be some kind of maybe inheritance or a tax rebate or something like that. You may get a financial boost through other people or other organization, financial institution. So definitely it's also a good time to look at your financial matters, your investment and all that, and and just be careful with what you're investing it, where you're engaging your money. Now, Leo energy is about your heart's desire. It's a very passionate, very extroverted energy. So here your 8th house matter has this passionate kind of theme to it. It's leading from the heart center. What's in your heart? What do you truly desire, Capricorns? That's what you're focusing on. Now, Venus is to do with relationship as well. So you may be forming intimate bonds, deeper connections with somebody during this time. You may be connecting with a new partner or an existing partner, or maybe you are emotionally and psychologically connecting with somebody, and this can be and this doesn't have to be a love interest. It can be somebody, a friend with whom you're very close to as well. So definitely a deep intimate connection during this time can be very healing, and you will definitely be inclined to resolve any issues or your own psychological self, any limitations you're posing upon yourself. This is a good time to resolve all those matters as well. You are also looking for a deeper union, deeper connection during this time, Capricorn. So you will definitely see some kind of movement over the 4 months period. Now, Venus rules your 5th house and 10th house, which is now 5th house is the house of your self-expression. It's a house of love, romance, your children, and 10th house is a house of your professional matter, your career, your business. So these two house matter will also be in focus during this Venus transit. Now, this can mean a new love interest, a new romance budding, or it can be just that you are focusing on yourself, self-expression. 10th house is a career house, so you're focusing on your career, business opportunities, passion projects, or you are just spending more time with your children, having a fun time, with your children and or your friends, any connection as well. Now, Venus will turn retrograde on the 22nd of July until 3rd September. So in your 8th house, when Venus turns retrograde, you may feel a little bit vulnerable with connection. So if you have got intimate or connected with somebody on a deeper level, you may feel a little bit vulnerable during this time, especially to lower your walls, to let the other person in. So here definitely make sure, whomever you're connecting with, you are forming a deeper bond with, you can truly trust them. Don't just open up to any and everybody, whoever shows interest in you. So it's very important to make sure you have a solid foundation for trust before you have, these soul to soul connection or soul to soul talks, chats, with other people. So don't confide to the wrong person, and maintain a balanced dynamic of sharing during this time. Also, Capricorn, because Venus energy is to do with money as well, it's important during this retrograde phase to hold off any kind of financial investments you want to make until after the retrograde is over, because with the retrograde energy there may be a tendency to redo it. So it's better to reevaluate your financial situation during this time, and make your choices or decisions regarding your money matters, after reassessing and reevaluating your situation. So just be mindful of whom you're talking to, whom you're letting in, whether it's in love matters or money matters, because there may be a tendency of others taking advantage of your good nature, Capricorn. So just be mindful of this retrograde phase in your 8th house. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. So, Aquarius, Venus will be transiting the sign of Leo from the 5th of June all the way to the 8th of October. So, it's a good 4 months transit. Now, Venus will go retrograde on the 22nd of July until 3rd of September. So, you will feel this energy of retrograde Venus as well. Now, Leo is your 7th house. It's your opposite sign, Aquarius. So, it occupies the 7th house. Now, Venus will be transiting through your 7th house for the 4 months period. Now, 7th house is your relationship house. It's your partnership house. It's your marriage house. It's the house of the significant other. Now, this can be personal and business partnership as well. It doesn't have to be personal only. So it can be your spouse, or it can be a business partner as well. So here with this Venus going through your 7th house, it's going to be a lot about your relationship. Now, Venus energy is about balance, harmony. It's about your value system, your sense of self-worth, your priorities, what you deem important, what you give value to. So here your relationships becomes very important. Now, it is a Leo sign. So sign is all about confidence. It's a very extrovert sign. So it's a fiery, fixed energy. So here you are definitely more passionate, more enthusiastic where your relationship is concerned. So you may be receiving a special attention from a partner, or you may be giving that to somebody. During this time, you will be more interested in one-to-one interaction more than group interaction. So you want, these intimate relationship connections with people rather than, engaging in social activity. So you're definitely interested in, creating this relationship with somebody. Now, any connection, any romantic interest during this time will definitely have this harmonious aspect to it, because Venus will bring this harmonious energy to your relationship. Now, it can be business partnership as well. So if you are connecting with somebody for business purposes, or you want to come together and start a partnership together, this could be a good time as well to look into those energies. Now, 7th house is the house of spouse and marriage. So you may be, interested or willing to enter a committed relationship during this time, or, take it to the next level wherever your relationship is currently. You're also very affectionate, very adaptable during this time. You are willing to compromise. You're in a very receptive, sensitive kind of mindset during this time with this Venus in your 7th house. So you want to keep it all peaceful, balanced. You are very cooperative as well during this time, where your relationship and one-to-one interaction, social interaction, any contracts, agreements, whatever that might be, you are definitely want a favorable outcome, so you are willing to cooperate during this time. Now, Venus rules your 4th and 9th house, Aquarius. These are the Libra and Taurus houses. So 4th and 9th house will also be in focus during this Venus 4 months transit. Now, 4th house is your home and family life, your domestic environment, people you live with, also your emotional state, your sense of security. And 9th house is the house of your belief system. It's a house of exploring. It's a house of connecting with people from foreign lands, or traveling to foreign land as well. Here, definitely, you are connecting with people in your home environment. where you live, people, your family members and all that. Also, there may be a desire to connect with people, abroad or from different cultural background during this time. Now, this exploration may not be physical exploration. You may not physically travel somewhere. It could just be a mental exploration, or maybe you're connecting online. Maybe you're meeting somebody, maybe you're online dating and all that, and you connect with somebody online. So that's possible as well, Aquarius. Now, Venus will turn retrograde on the 22nd of July until 3rd September. Now, during a retrograde Venus phase, there's a tendency to take, exes back, or there might be an urge to repeat a romantic partner during this time. So just be mindful of not entertaining a toxic ex during this time. And even though they may try to convince you that they have changed and things going to be better, but you need to use your own discretion, your own better judgment during this time. And it's a good idea also to avoid any arguments with your partner, because 7th house energy is a partnership and other people's energy, but it can also be an adversary, a rival as well. So it's not always in a positive sense. It can also be somebody you can have an argument with, or a partner, or anybody. You may have arguments or disagreement with somebody. So it's very important to avoid arguments during this time. And do use this retrograde Venus energy to reevaluate your relationship. And this is a good opportunity to heal and evolve from a relationship trauma as well, if there are any. So it's important to accept your situation, release anything from the past, and leave a situation if it's not helping you grow, if it's not good for you. And it's very important during this retrograde Venus phase to practice self-care, Aquarius. It's very important that you're looking after yourself, your mental, physical well-being during this time, Aquarius. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Pisces. Welcome to your reading. Now, Pisces, Venus will be transiting the sign of Leo from the 5th of June all the way to the 8th of October. And during this period, it will also turn retrograde from the 22nd of July up till the 3rd of September. Now, Leo sign sits in your 6th house, Pisces. So Venus will be transiting your 6th house for this 4 months period. Now, 6th house is a house of work and health matters. It's a house of your daily routine, your habits, your schedules, your productivity, your routines, and all that. So when Venus, which is all about finding harmony and balance, it's about our value system, our sense of self-worth. It's to do with relationship, money matters, and all that. Transits the sign of Leo in the 6th house. It brings focus on having a harmonious work environment and having a little bit more work-life balance during this time. So you're definitely focused on establishing a happy, harmonious work environment, relationship with colleagues, your schedules, routines, your everyday activities, habits, and all that. You want some kind of harmony, some balance in these areas. Now, it's a house of health as well. So this is also an opportunity to introduce something related to your health matters, maybe a new health regime, a diet plan, an exercise plan, whatever that might be, Pisces. This is a good time to look after your physical health and your mental health as well. Now, Venus is transiting the sign of Leo. Leo is all about leading from the heart center. It's a very passionate, very enthusiastic sign. So when Venus moves through Leo, you are a little bit more enthusiastic and more cheerful in your work environment, and you connect with people more easily during this time because you come across very cooperative, very charming, very cheerful, very enthusiastic, and people like your energy. So you definitely will have friendly relationship with your co-workers and you will be very well liked. Now, there may be a tendency to laziness as well because Venus is all about enjoying. It's about pleasure seeking. And in the house of work, it may have the tendency to procrastinate or you're prone to laziness. So just be mindful you're not seeking pleasure a bit too much and not getting the work done. Now, Venus is a very charming energy. So you're very charming as well where your teamwork is concerned. So you're able to use tact, diplomacy in order to, get the best out of team or get things done in your work environment. Now, Venus rules relationship matters. So there might be some kind of romantic interest in your work environment. So do use your discretion during this time. Now, Venus rules your third and eighth house, which is where the Libra and Taurus sign sits. So these house matters will also be in focus during this 4 months transit. Now, third house is a house of communication and connection, and eighth house is a house of transformation, your shared values and resources. So Venus here will make you a little bit more charming and, more intelligent, more witty, where your communication is concerned with the third house energy. And eighth house is about deeper bond, transformation, your, shared money matters. So here again, you may be building these deeper bonds with a special someone, or you may be looking at investment opportunities and all that. So it's important to focus to bring out the best within yourself, where your work matters are concerned and health matters are concerned. If you want to change a job, go for another job, or you want to improve in your job, develop a skill set to have more job prospects, this is a good time to do that as well, Pisces. Now, Venus will turn retrograde on the 22nd of July until 3rd of September. So during this time, you may have the tendency to abandon a healthy habit during this time. So that may not be beneficial. If something is going well, a health plan or diet plan or exercise regime, anything that is going well, do not abandon those, because that will help you, improve yourself, your mental and physical self. It will help you, get to a better place where your health is concerned. So it's important to maintain a balance where your work matter is concerned. Don't overextend yourself as well where your work is concerned. Doing overtime, extra time, extra shift, whatever that might be. So be mindful of not overextending, because that can have a detriment effect on your health and just overall well-being, Pisces. So offering a helping hand to others in need is a good idea, but not at the cost of your own health, your own well-being. So do not forget yourself during this time, and do enjoy yourself. Even though it's in a work house, you can still enjoy yourself if you take care of yourself, stay healthy, maintain good habits, and try to find a work and life balance during this time.